In our TikTok scenario, we have seen so many modifications and enhancements that we did to our simulation. In this particular module, we are trying to get close to the end. What we are interested in is we want to visualize the data that we obtained in the scalar and vector files in a more meaningful way. It is similar to saying that we are going to look at the sequence charts and event logs for the simulation output that we obtained. The event logs were more related to the events which were internally taking place, and sequence charts were showing you the visual output of that. Likewise, in this particular scenario, what we are interested in is making the scalar and vector data more visually useful. Here, what we have is Omnet gives us the capability to process the data, filter it the way we like, and then display the kind of data which we want. Here, the time series that we saw in the previous modules, here we see that for node 0 and node 1, the hop count time series data is shown for a large simulation run. Here you can see that there is a lot of fluctuation in the hop count traversal for node 0 and node 1. So far, this does not make much sense because we are just seeing kind of random data. If we do some processing to this data, that is, if we measure the mean of it, so it allows us to see how the hop count converges to the overall average of all the nodes. Here, again, you can see that for TikTok node 0 and TikTok node 1, the ones shown to you in red and green, these are converging to the overall network average. Using the scalar data, we can represent the data in the form of a histogram, giving us really useful insight. Here we can see that we can determine the maximum and the average hop count for these nodes. Now, you can actually comment very confidently on the hop counts for node 0 and node 1. For node 0, you can see that the number of hops can go as high as 200, whereas for node 1, it does not even exceed 50. Likewise, the averages are also shown here. Looking at yet another histogram as a distribution, we see that the number of hops that node 0 and node 1 and subsequently all the nodes, their traffic traverses, we see that the number of hops which node 0 takes is shown to you in blue. The one for node 3 is shown to you in green. Here we see that of particular interest is the node in green. Here we can see that the number of hops that it traverses is the minimum, because for the green node, the number of hops are on the lower side of the hop count. Whereas we saw that for the other nodes, particularly node 0 and node 1, it was on the higher side.